Welcome to another session of Sunday Setups. I'm your host, Jacob, and I'm also here with my main man, Cavell. What's good, bro?
Popping, Kerr.
Yeah, man. Today we're bringing you a forecast of things to look out for this week on the charts, as usual. Before we do get into it, if you haven't already, be sure to check out our website at www.litcapital.co.uk to get started on your trading journey with us. You'll find a range of things, of services that you can capitalize on, that we actually have on offer during the closing stages of the pandemic, hopefully. So be sure to tap into our website, man, and do check those out. So before we get started, I'm just going to run you guys through the economic calendar for the week. So we're approaching the end of June now, going into July. So, you know, exciting times. We're over half of the year in. Been a bit of a whirlwind so far, but we are hoping for the end of the trading year, you know, things are due to pick up. We do have a lot of things to get through. So, you know, we're going to start the week off where we don't really have much going on Monday. So I'm not expecting anything crazy in regarding movement on the charts. Tuesday's looking good though. We do have some Chinese PMI manufacturing, and we also have some CPI and GDP coming out of the UK and the Eurozone. So we should get some movement on that regarding what we're seeing on the charts. Then we move into Wednesday. We have a lot of Euro PMI, Euro, German, French, all those type of things. So we should see some further movement with the Euro, of course. We've got some small time things coming out of the US with the ADP employment change. And then Thursday, we have the big one, which is the NFP, starting off the start of July. So it's actually coming on a Thursday, which is quite weird. Normally we get the Friday, but I'm not sure why. And we also have a little unemployment coming out of Euro as well. So there are some things that could highly impact the news and, you know, give us our setups for the charts this week. So, you know, let me show you what I'm looking at personally for the week. I'm going to start off with oil. I did go over this last week, but we didn't get the move that we was actually looking for. So we actually bounced off of this area again. So we have formed a bit of a double bottom here. And, you know, the trade is still valid, in my opinion, to come down lower. So we did get this bounce, but it was actually a failed rally. So as we can see, we've got prices pushing lower again. So we are holding out for this area, as it just looks, you know, there's more liquidity below now. So I'm definitely interested in this one, continuing the trend higher, as oil has been, you know, very, very bullish, or it's in a recovery phase. I won't say very, very bullish, but it's been in a recovery phase for a little while now. Still hoping to see the $44 area. So yeah, this one does look clean. Hoping we can head down here and actually get the push higher. So be sure to check this one out in the Discord. I will update it again, just to give you the newer picture that's been painted and stuff like that. But looks good, man. I can't lie. Just gotta wait and be patient for these things to see if and when they do come to our zone. So moving on, I'm going to go over Euro USD. So we actually are still actively in this trade. We gave it out on our copy trading service. If you guys did take it, it's in a tiny bit of profit. Okay, we was in a little bit of drawdown, but not much, maybe about 10, 15 pips. But we are hoping to see lower areas achieved. As we can see, if we go to the daily, we do have areas up to the downside that, in my opinion, need to be fulfilled. So a lot of space to move down. We are looking at the 4-hour areas, of course, where we have these imbalance area where this buy side move really started from. And, you know, also lower, we have another area too. So hoping we can get a bounce off of some of these areas. You know, so overall, we are still bullish on it, but we want to see a retracement coming down. You know, the higher time frame showing us it needs that retracement. So hopefully we can get it. It should be worthwhile. It should be worth the wait. So yeah, definitely stay tuned for that. We will update the Discord. And last but not least, I'm going to go through AUD/USD. So pretty similar in regards to the daily picture with EU. not that they correlate that great, but you know, we are just expecting a deeper retracement down before continuing higher. So what my bias is that we actually get a retracement to then wipe out this double top created. But you know, I just don't think it's going to push off from where we are. So I actually have a setup for this one. Hopefully we can get it. Where we have a 4 hour imbalance on this candle here, where this move actually started to come down from again, and now it looks like it could be dipping lower. But if we do get a push up, this is coming off of the second swing. So overall, we had this major swing from here to here, which gave us that 70% retracement, and this one here to here would actually give us that 62% retracement that we're looking for. Just in order to continue down. So you know, not looking to be a buyer from this area here, because it's just, you know, on the higher time frame, we haven't really had a deep enough retracement. So definitely, that's what I've got eyes on for the start of the week. We'll see how it progresses as well. If we do get that entry, you know, to start the Monday off, hopefully we can get a pullback and then we can get in on this one as well. So still in Euro USD, hoping for oil and AED USD to give us some entries. I'm going to pass you over to Val. See what you got, bro.
Thanks very much, bro. Appreciate you. Can't start my screen sharing.
Yeah, all good.
There we are. We're good. So I'm going to go over the DXY. I've mentioned this weeks upon weeks. Every Sunday setup, I like to give you guys a brief understanding of what's happening with the dollar. And we've seen, you know, a lot of stuff happening over in the country, which is really showing reason as to why the dollar is falling. Technically, we've been wanting to see the price come lower because, you know, there's a lot of imbalance beneath, there's liquidity beneath, there's a lot going on beneath. So, you know, there's more reason for price to come lower than there is for price to come higher. But with that being said, if we go down to the smaller time frames, preferably the weekly or the daily, we can actually see there's some zones above that we would like price to reach, because if price came up, took out these highs, then it would be enough reason for price to actually turn around and continue lower. So we had this level last week. We didn't catch this level off of this breaker. We didn't actually see price come anywhere close to this level. Price looked like it was heading towards it, then it pushed lower, and now it looks like it's potentially coming back for the high. But at the moment, still playing off of this candle here. So really, we're in favor of the dollar coming shorter, but I would like to see some short-term bullishness. You know, I'd like to see price come back up, take out some highs, which could allow us for prices to continue to come lower. And this leads me on to my next pair, which would be US 30. I wasn't going to go over this, but last minute I decided to, only because we gave out a really good trade on this one. And this one's over 1,000 pips, over 1,300 pips in profit with this. Re-entry is available as well. Now, you know, this kind of coincides with the DXY outlook. If we're, you know, the DXY has been having a short-term bullish push, which has actually enabled the DXY to kind of fall. And I've said this time and time again, we're either going to get a stronger dollar or stronger equities. And at the moment, this second wave of Corona could be what we need to actually see the pullback initiated for the US 30 and all indices really to actually fall down and push a lot lower. So we want to see what happens come market open, but you know, there's loads of areas beneath that we could see price play off of before potentially pushing higher. But as it stands right now, the monthly and the weekly look just as promising to say that price has actually played off of this level around the 27,278 level. So we want to see how price opens up. We're still in a short. We're risk-free, of course. We've caught a lot of pips off of this one. We'd like to see what happens around the 25,000 level. Potential pushback upwards would enable us to at least look for another entry around the 26,460 level. If not, diving into the smaller time frames to see if we can catch another retest to go in and catch the trade going short. Last but not least for me today, I'm going to give you guys Euro GBP. Again, we sent this out in the copy trading channel. This one was really lit. We had this one actually retest the area a few times. We played off of this breaker candle here. We played off of this candle here, and we saw a retest twice. Okay, this one here, gave us the initial push, which hit our first take profit of, I think, 50 pips. Correct me if I'm wrong. Nonetheless, it still gave us our first TP. And then price came back down to entry. Now, we go by a saying over at Lit Capital: if price doesn't break your structure and it taps you out, you should always re-enter the trade. So we re-entered the trade. I know a lot of our students did as well. Hopefully some of you guys in the copy trading channel re-entered into this trade as well. And we're now seeing a potential pullback off of a candle that we can see here on the right-hand side, which is our breaker candle, this one here. And with that being said, there's also imbalance above. Now, we're looking at the higher time frames, okay? The higher time frame is still showing us that price can actually come for this wick. Where is it? Okay, this wick here, if I just take this off for a sec. This wick here, I've got my eyes on. I would like to see price come up for this wick, if not at least this one here. It's about, if I'm not correct, around about 300 pips more to the upside. Okay, 400 pips more to the upside. So I'd just like to see price continue to push higher, close above this high here at least next week, which could solidify that we are in a bullish state. And that can, of course, support us, holding this trade and riding this a lot higher. If we go down to the daily, we can see a retest off of this 0.9064, 648 level. If we go down to the 2 hour, we can see a bit more clearly which candle we would like to re-enter on. So, there's reasons for us to hold this trade, as well as there is reasons for us to actually look to re-enter and go long. But we have to see what happens come market open. Like Jacob said, this Thursday, NFP will be, which is usually Friday, so it's an unusual thing to say. We can expect markets to be quite stale up until NFP. Even if NFP doesn't really give us the result that we're looking for, markets can still be quite stale. So we're going to sit tight. We're going to camp, wait for the markets to present us an opportunity. And by doing so, it's very important you guys are paying attention to the charts channel inside of our Discord. Every morning we provide you guys not only with a live stream session, but also with charts that can enable you guys to see what we're looking at. So stay tuned, stay safe, and remember, every day is money day. Peace.